Welcome back, students, in the series of online classes. In my previous class, I have discussed some problems related to complex numbers, in which we saw that how the complex numbers can be solved, related to the questions related to complex number can be solved. In today's video, I am going to discuss geometrical representation of a complex number, that is geometrical representation of a complex number, or you may call it a graphical representation also. As you have drawn graph in Cartesian plane, this is also similar that in Cartesian plane we have two axes, that is one horizontal axis that is of x axis and one vertical axis which is y axis. But in this case, when we represent a complex number, the plane name is called complex plane or argand plane. The name of the plane is not Cartesian plane, it is called argand plane or complex plane, in which we represent a complex number. And the x axis represents real axis, it is called real axis, and y axis is called imaginary axis. As you know that complex number is a combination of real number and imaginary number, so we take x axis as real axis and y axis as imaginary axis. Suppose any complex number z equals to x plus iy, then its ordered pair is xy, that is x is real part and y is its imaginary part. So when we represent in the complex plane or argand plane, we have this situation. So this is called y and this is x, and the angle this angle is called theta, which I will discuss later. So first you see what is geometrical representation of a complex number. To every complex number z equals to x plus iy, there is one and only one point pxy in the plane. मतलब for every complex number there is a unique point in the plane, and conversely to every point xy in the plane there is one and only one complex number z equals to x plus iy, and conversely at every point there is one and only one complex number. It means that every complex number represented by a unique point in a complex plane or argand plane, or if it's conversely you may call every point of argand plane or complex plane represents a unique complex number. Is it clear? The plane representing the complex number as an ordered pair of real number is called the complex plane or argand plane. The name of this plane is called complex plane or argand plane. Now next thing we need to know, that is what is modulus and amplitude of a complex number. Now this is the new term related to complex number, modulus and amplitude. What does you mean it? So suppose point P represents a complex number whose ordered pair is xy and OP equals to R, making an angle theta to the positive x-axis. So this distance, suppose PM, this is M, Tm equals to y and Om equals to x. So let's see, let a point P represents a complex number z equals to x plus iy in the complex plane or argand plane. Then the length OP, this length OP is called the modulus of the complex number z. The distance OP is called modulus of the complex number z, and it is denoted by r, which is equal to mod of z. Mod of z means modulus of z. So this is called modulus of the complex number z, and is denoted by a small r, that is equal to mod of z, that is r equals to modulus of z, that is OP equals to modulus of x plus iy, which is equal to under root x square plus y square. This is the value of. Now the angle theta, which is made between the modulus of the complex number, that is OP, and the positive real axis, that is OX, the angle XOP equals to theta is called the amplitude or argument. The theta angle is called amplitude or argument of z and is written as AMP dot z, which we read amplitude of z. In short form, we write it AMP dot z, that is amplitude of z, or argument of z, that is ARG dot z. The value of theta satisfying, that is from minus pi to less than equal to pi, is called the principal value of z. मतलब when theta lies between greater than minus pi to a smaller than equal to pi, then the value is called principal value of amplitude of z. Now thereafter you come to the next, polar form of a complex number. What is polar form? Complex, there is another method to represent a complex number, that is of polar form. And how we can represent a given complex number in polar form, you will see such type of questions coming in the next exercise. So polar form of complex number, what does it mean? So this is geometrical representation of a complex number P, A plus IB, whose ordered pair is AB, and OP is the R, that is modulus of the complex number, and theta is argument or amplitude, making between the modulus and with positive axis of x-axis. So now let's understand the polar form of a complex number. What is it? Let z equals to A plus IB be represented by PAB. Let OP equals to R, that is modulus, and angle XOP equals to theta, that is argument. Then since this is perpendicular, PM is perpendicular on x-axis, so triangle PMO is right angle triangle. So its horizontal component A will be equal to R cos theta. When you apply the cos theta ratio base by hypotenuse, that is cos theta equals to A by R. So when you cross multiply, A equals to, you got R cos theta. So horizontal component is represented, A is R cos theta, and similarly vertical component represented by B is equal to r sin theta. So here I have written A equals to r cos theta and B equals to r sin theta. Now squaring and adding both equations. Suppose we squaring and adding these two equations, then you will got A square equals to r square cos square theta and B square equals to r square sin square theta. And when you add together, then you will have A square plus B square equals to r square into sin square theta plus cos square theta, which is equal to 1. Sin square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1. So ultimately you will have r square equals to A square plus B square theta. On further solving it, we can write r equals to under root A square plus B square. This r equals to under root A square plus B square is equal to modulus of Z, that is modulus of complex number. And now when you divide these two equations, now when r cos theta and r sin theta, when you divide it together, then you will have r sin theta by r cos theta equals to B by A, and r get cancel, so you will have tan theta equals to B by A. Now the form Z equals to, r cos theta plus I sin theta is called the polar form of a complex number, where r is the modulus of the complex number and theta is called argument or amplitude of the complex number. So this form is called the r cos theta plus I sin theta form is called the polar form of a complex number, and every complex number can be written in this polar form. Now let's see some important thing about the argument of a complex number. Now whole complex plane is being divided into 4 quadrants, quadrant 1, 2, 3 and 4. So when theta, that is argument of the complex number, making with the positive x-axis is in first quadrant, then theta will be equal to alpha. Alpha be any acute angle. And when the point lies in the second quadrant, then theta will be pi minus alpha, where alpha is what? Alpha is any acute angle. Here you mention let alpha be any acute angle. Then when point lies in first quadrant, then theta will become alpha. And when point lying in the second quadrant, then theta will be equal to pi minus alpha. And similarly, when point lies in third quadrant, then it becomes theta equals to alpha minus pi. And when point lies in the fourth quadrant, then theta will be equal to minus alpha. Remember, where alpha is any acute angle and theta is the angle between the modulus of the complex number with the positive x-axis of complex number. Now let's see few questions based on these principles. Question number 1. Find the modulus and the argument of z minus 1 minus I root 3. This is a complex number, and now you are supposed to find its modulus as well as argument. So Let's see its solution. Let z equals to -1 minus I root 3. Its ordered pair are -1 minus root 3. That is, -1 is its real part and minus root 3 is its imaginary part. We have written in the form of ordered pair. So, its polar form of z, polar form of every complex number, -1 minus I root 3 is equal to r cos theta plus I sin theta. This is the general form of polar form of every complex number. So first we write it. Now equating real part to real part and imaginary part to imaginary part, then we will got r cos theta is equal to -1, which is real part, and r sin theta is equal to minus root 3, which is imaginary part of the complex number. Now first you square and then add both equations, then you will have squaring and adding, we get r square into cos square theta plus sin square theta, which is equal to -1 square plus minus root 3 square. On further solving, we have 1 plus 3, that is equal to 4. So now r equals to, that is modulus of z, will be equal to square under root 4, that is its value is 2. So this is the modulus of the given complex number. As I have told you earlier, that r is called the modulus of the complex number. So this is the modulus of the complex number. Now, since z lies in the third quadrant, because its ordered pair are both negative, its real part and imaginary part are both negative, so it is clear that z lies in third quadrant. So let alpha be any acute angle. Then tan alpha equals to minus root 3 by -1, because we know that tan alpha equals to b by a, and b is minus root 3 and a is -1. So minus minus will get cancelled. So we have root 3, and which is equal to 60 degree. So we got alpha equals to 60 degree. Here we got alpha equals to 60 degree. But since z lying in the third quadrant, so we have theta equals to alpha minus pi, or you may write alpha equals to 60 degree, that is equal to pi by 3. So when theta equals to alpha minus pi, because it is lying in the third quadrant, so pi minus pi by 3 minus pi will become minus 2 pi by 3, or you may simply like in radian form. So here modulus of complex number becomes 2, that is r equals to modulus of complex number, and its argument of z is equal to minus 2 pi by 3. This is the way of finding the modulus and argument of a given complex number. Now let's take one another example or question. The question is, convert 1 minus I complex number in polar form. So to convert it in polar form, first we need to find its modulus and argument. If once you find its modulus and argument, then just you put the value of modulus and argument in the polar form, you will get the complex number in the polar form. So as you know that the polar form of z or any complex number, 1 minus I equals to r cos theta plus I sin theta. and here the ordered pair is 1 minus 1 because real part is 1 and imaginary part is minus 1. So now equating the corresponding parts, that is real to real and imaginary to imaginary. So equate it. So we have r cos theta equals to 1 and r sin theta equals to minus 1. Now squaring and adding these two equations. So after squaring and adding, we have r square into cos square theta plus sin square theta equals to 1 square plus minus 1 square, that is equal to 2. So from here, because cos square theta plus sin square theta is 1, so we have here r square equals to 2. On further solving, we got r equals to modulus of z equals to under root 2. This is the modulus of the complex number. So we got the required modulus of this complex number, that is equal to under root 2. Now we need to find its argument or amplitude. Since z lying in the fourth quadrant, because its real and imaginary part both negative, so and let alpha be any acute angle, then we have tan alpha equals to b by a. Tan alpha equals to b by a from the formula. So minus 1 by 1, that is minus 1, and minus 1 can be written as minus tan 45 degree because value of tan 45 degree is 1. So you can write it minus tan pi by 4 in the radian form. So now tan will get cancelled. So we have the value of alpha equals to minus pi by 4. And since it is lying in the fourth quadrant, so we know that the value of theta is minus alpha in quadrant 4. So the polar form of z will be 1 minus I will be r cos theta plus I sin theta. So now you put the value of r and theta in the polar form. So r equals to 2 under root 2, that is the modulus, and we got the amplitude theta equals to minus pi by 4. So we have under root 2 into cos of minus pi by 4 plus I sin of minus pi by 4, and this is the polar form of the given complex number. So in this way, today we have learned to find argument, modulus, and write a complex number in the polar form.